guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a very glam makeup. At the moment I am on a huge throwback hype with my hair, and I'm so excited to say that this video is sponsored by Cult Beauty. And what I'm going to be doing is creating one of my old school, and when I say old school I mean old school, this is a very old video of mine. I was all about the super dark smoky eyes, and when I watch it back I think it's good and I loved it so much at the time, but I do think that I could do it a little bit better and a little bit more my kind of current style. So I'm going to use all products from Cult Beauty, and I'm super excited to say that these are all going to be included in the discount that I can give you guys. So if you guys use code CBXJamie19, you can get 15% off all of these products that I use today, as well as tons more on the site. So what I will do is I'll leave in the description box the link to the terms and conditions and stuff, and a little bit more info. It's a great time for a discount. Anytime's a great time for a discount. So I hope you guys enjoy my video. Let's get started. So I'm going to first prep my skin. I'm going to use the Embryolisse, I can't speak French, we'd know this, right? Embryolisse Le Crème Concentrée. So this is a multifunction nourishing moisturiser, and I am super intrigued by it because makeup artists love it. They swear by it. I hear from so many people that it's the best makeup primer. So I'm going to try this. Also, it's super inexpensive. It's not an expensive product. So I'm going to pop that on first. And then I'm going to zoom you in and we're going to do our eyes first because we're doing a super dark smoky eye. This feels nice and hydrating. But I just know that this product is a cult favourite, get it? Cult. And makeup artists to use underneath makeup. So I'm super excited to be trying it out. Okay, let's zoom you in and we'll do our eyes first. I'm going to be priming my eyes with my favourite NARS concealer, the Radiant Creamy Concealer, but I'm actually going to use the shade Amande, which is what I use for cream contour. But when you're doing a super dark smoky eye, having something that's just a little touch darker really helps. It really helps with the transition of the shadows as well. So we're going to pop that on all over. There's some things that I still do that I used to do, but there's some things that I really would not do. Tapping that out with my beauty blender, and you can see the colour. I'm not worried about it being too dark on my skin because we're doing our eyes first. We can always clean up anything if we need. And the eyeshadow palette I'm going to be using today is the Morphe James Charles. You can see it's got every colour you would need. So we're actually going to be using mostly the neutral shades because that is exactly the hype I'm on. First shade I'm going to go in with is the one that's right in the middle of the palette. It's quite orangey, but I love having a super warm transition when I'm doing a black smoky eye. So I'm going to go in with that in a big fluffy brush, and we're going to go straight on top of the concealer, and we're just going to start applying that to the crease and blending out. I like to start with my lighter colours and then go in with the dark. It's just always the way that I've worked, and I just really like it. I've tried other techniques and I've managed, but I just find this the easiest. I'm all about an easy life, haven't I? Like, look at that. Oh, warm, golden, delicious. And I'm going right up to the brow at the front. We're doing big blown out smoky eye. I loved my loud makeup and things years ago, but I was always scared to do it too much. I'm going to bring that right out past the brow as well. And I love almost going past the tail of the brow. And look at that. The pigment on these palettes is really great as well. Super easy to work with. Okay, I'm going to go in with a slightly smaller brush, and I'm going to go in with the shade right next to that, which is a bit deeper. And we're going to go in with this and we're going to focus it into the crease. So we're starting to get that definition and we're building up that colour. We want the colour to be nice and strong. I think that's another thing I used to be scared of, is pigment. I was always scared to put too much on my eyes. I'm going to go back into my fluffy brush and just make sure that that's all nicely blended. But you could totally just leave that like this, apply a lash, and you've got the most gorgeous smirky eye. But I'm not doing that. We are going to go in now with the black and a firm brush, and I'm going to start applying this all over the lid. And because we've not actually powdered down the actual lid, the shadows just stick in so well. And you want this to be nice and dark. And it looks a bit crazy when you start because we need to blend it in, but I'm going to bring that up past the crease slightly. And I'm starting to get a little bit of fallout, which is why we do our eyes first. So we can clean that up. Whenever I'm doing a super dark black smoky eye, I always do my eyes first. Making sure I'm getting that shadow right in at the lash line. And then I'm going back with my middle shade, my middle colour, and we're going to start Gently blending the black with the warm browns. And this is the part that will take you some time. And I'm layering over, I'm going over the black shadow with the warm brown just to start to get it moving. And you just have to be patient and trust the blend. Trust the blend. And again, going back in with the first shade and the big fluffy brush to make sure that we're getting that smooth blend up towards the brow. You can see the difference. And again, I'm just going over and patting more black shadow to get that depth. I'm going to start going on to the other eye, and it's just going to be a lot of back and forth till I am pleased. It's so funny as well. So this hair that I've done, it looks like I'm just got wet hair, but once the makeup's on, it looks super glam, I promise. Whenever I did this kind of eye look, I used to always use a transition shade in a black. I think it makes a huge difference going in with more than just one transition shade. And I'm just going in with tiny bits of black to get that nice winged out shape. When smoky eyes on myself, I don't love when they're too round. I like them when they've got a bit of a wing to them, just because I think it kind of elevates my eye and gives it that almond shaped look. And I'm just looking in the mirror I've got down here to see how my blend's looking. But one of the beautiful things about grungy makeup is it just does not need to be perfect, which suits me fine. And I'm just making sure that my black is nice and dark because we've been blending over the top a lot. I have in my hand here the highlighter I'm going to be using, which is the Milk Makeup Flex Highlighter, and this is in the shade Lit. So I'm going to grab some of that on a little brush, and I'm just going to highlight the very top arch, the highest point of my brow bone. And I'm also going to go ahead and just use a little bit of that in my inner corners. And then I'm going to chuck on my mascara. I'm going to be using the NARS Climax mascara today, which I love so much. And it's so funny, when I used to do looks like this, I would always start with my eyebrows first, but I actually way prefer a really strong eye look with a more natural brow. I'm a changed woman. I've changed. I'm just gonna tidy up under my eyes. Okay, so I just applied a really quick lash after my mascara, and I'm gonna zoom you out and we're gonna do our skin, which I cannot wait for because I feel like a wee naked baby. For skin, I'm going to be using the Becca Backlight Priming Filter. I've only started using this somewhat recently. I love it so much. It gives skin the most gorgeous glow. And I think one thing that I do differently now, definitely, is my base. I don't use half as much product as I used to. I just think that my skin looks a lot less heavy because I properly prime my skin. I pay attention to it. I use my moisturiser, which is also a kind of primer, but I would always use a kind of moisturiser and a primer. I kind of love doing skin. I think eyes I kind of do somewhat similar, but my skin's definitely changed. I'm going to be using the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation in the shade Barcelona, and I'm going to apply that with a brush first. And you can see it looks a wee bit warm for me here, but compared to my shoulders, it's actually fine. And because we're doing a glam look, I'm going to be doing my kind of going out base, so full coverage. I think when you do eyes first, it always looks okay, you know, I like them, I like my eyes, but as soon as you put your foundation on, it's like, blah blam, wow, who is she, where's she going, I want to go there too. And this foundation is so perfect. I really love it, especially for going out, especially for events and stuff like that, when I want my foundation to be flawless and last. Oh my god, do you know what I mean about the eyes? As soon as you put on foundation and you take out any of the kind of redness in your skin, it's just like, oh, it's the best. I only really do my eyes first nowadays when I am doing a look like this, like super bold. And then I actually just like using my foundation around the eyeshadow to help start blending it. I am going to kind of buff it back out again. I'm just adding a little bit more coverage in the centre of my face. I'm going to go in with the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Ginger under my eyes, just to brighten everything up. I'm not using too much, I actually just don't use as much concealer under my eyes now. I always like applying a little bit on my forehead. And this is when I'm going to go in with my beauty blender and just pat everything out. I went off using a beauty blender for a little while, but I'm very much back on the hype. It definitely just works. It just makes everything look so flawless for base products. And I'm going to just go kind of over my whole base just to really pat it into the skin. Now I'm going to go in with my new favourite technique. This is definitely something that's more new to me with this product. But I'm going to go back in with the shade Amande from the NARS concealer that I used on my eyes. And this is my absolute favourite cream contour ever. I'm gonna go under my nose. Let's start with that and see how we get on. I'm actually gonna go in with my foundation brush first. See that colour? Ooh, I like using a brush for around my hairline, just especially with the blonde part in case I sponge on my face colour to it. And I'm gonna go in with my beauty blender to just tap that out. Oh my god, I really want to like do something now. I can't remember the last time I was this glam. Now I'm gonna go in with sheer layers of my Hoola Caramel Bronzer by Benefit, my absolute favourite. And I keep it nice and high. If you watch the old video, you'll see that I take hardly any time doing my base, whereas now I actually take a good amount of time to make sure that things are going on in nice sheer layers. That just means that everything's going to stay, nothing's going to pill. And by pill I mean it starts to kind of ball up, your products start mixing together, nothing's going to go muddy, and you can still see the glow in my skin. I'm so sure that's from that Becca primer. I'm obsessed. I'm going to go just slightly under my jaw, forever trying to get rid of my double chin. And then a little touch just on the nose. I don't super contour my nose, to be honest. Okay, this is the Becca Luminous Blush in the shade Tiger Lily. I love these blushers so much. So I'm going to take a little bit of that on a big fluffy brush. And I really never used to wear blusher, ever. But oh, it just adds so much to a look. So I just put it on the kind of highest points of my cheeks, just above the bronzer. It kind of ties everything together. And then while we're here, I'm going to go in with my Milk highlighter in the shade Lit. How gorgeous. And I'm careful with this, it's really like reflective, so you do not need that much. A wee bit above the brow. She says don't use that much and proceeds to put it all over her face. I'm going to do my usual and just Tin Man my wee nose. And I like to apply it just right here and pat it out. So we're looking very, very dewy. And because this is a night out makeup, like a very glam makeup, we're going to powder. I'm going to go in with my Laura Mercier translucent powder. You guys know that I love this stuff so much. And I'm going to do a baby bake. I'm not going to use a sponge, I'm going to use a brush. And I'm basically going to apply quite a lot of powder under my eyes and then immediately swipe it away. So we're not leaving it on the skin for any amount of time, but we're still going to get that nice, smooth, set under eye. Same on my chin. And my forehead as well. I'm going to put quite a lot on my forehead because I get very dewy there. Now we're at this stage, I'm going to zoom you in and we're going to finish off our eyes and do our eyebrows. There you go, so you can see the skin and the eyes up close. Looking good, feeling good. So for brows, if you look at any of my old videos, you'll see that I used to shave off half my eyebrows for one, draw them on super thick and then carve them out with concealer. I don't really do any of those things anymore. I like to play around with my brows. So some days I'll have a heavier brow, some days I'll have a super thick brow, some days I'll have a thinner brow. But this is my kind of go-to brow for a glam eye look because I don't want my brows to be distracting. So I'm going in with the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil in the shade 3 and I'm just slightly enhancing the shape and darkening through the bulk of the brow and also bringing it slightly down here. So you can see the difference. That's super quick, but it gives a really nice angular shape to the brow. It's a lifted brow and it's so quick. My brows used to take like 20 minutes and now they take 2 minutes. It's quite youthful as well. Can you tell that I'm starting to get on a bit? I just want my brows, I don't want them to drag down my face or look too heavy with this kind of eye look. Okay, so the front is super free of product. And then I'm going to go in with my Benefit 24-hour brow setter, my favourite brow gel in the whole world. It really is just the best. And I just take my time, making sure the hairs are all facing the right way. We've got a little bit more structure with our pencil. It's almost like a kind of supermodel brow, isn't it? Super bushy. And I just think that this looks so nice with the eye makeup because it's not too heavy. It doesn't take away from the eye makeup at all. And I'm also going to go in with my Gimme Brow in the shade number 5, so it's a little bit darker. And this is just going to give the brows a little bit more texture and a little bit more depth. And I like to make sure I'm getting tons through the tail of the brow just to really get it nice and fluffy. And that's really it. While we're here, we're going to finish off under our eyes. And I'm not going to go in with black under my eyes, but I am going to go in with this super warm shade. And I'm going to smoke it out under my eye, big style. So going in with a fluffy brush. And I'm just taking the tiniest little bit of black at the very outer corner of my lower lash line just to tie that in. Now I'm going to add a few coats of my NARS Climax mascara on my bottom lashes. I love a chunky bottom lash with this kind of look. I'm going to go in with my Hoola bronzer again and the brush that I used for powder, and I'm just going to use that bronzer at the very edge of the makeup. This is one of my favourite techniques now because you see how that just melts the eyes into the face. Like, if someone was to tell me to do this a couple of years back, I would have thought it would always look super avant-garde, far too much, but like it just ties everything in together. And I go pretty ham with this brush because it does help blend everything as well. Just going to go in with my Benefit brown roller liner for my freckle. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, let's zoom you out and do our lips. Okay, so there you can see the eyes finished and you can see the smoke just blends. It just blends. For lips, I'm going to be using one of my favourite lip liners. This is Becca Ultimate Lip Definer in the shade Fearless. Used this so much I ran out and this is me got it back. Perfect. And I'm going to be using the Laura Mercier Velour Extreme Matte Lipstick in the shade Irresistible. Another thing that's super different now is way back when I used to use quite cool toned lip liners with super nude lips. So they almost looked like they had a kind of grey tone to them. But I much prefer warmer colours for my complexion while still kind of achieving the same kind of grungy look. So I'm going to line my lips first and then show you what this lip looks like. And I always like to kind of drag my lip liner onto my top lip, and then I'm going to go in with the Laura Mercier lipstick, which is such a lovely peachy nude colour. And I always like to use my finger just to pat the lipstick in. The last thing I'm going to use is a setting spray. So this is the Iconic London Prep Set and Glow Spray. I used to use this all the time and I've refound my love. As always, I kind of give it a wee blend, and I'm just going to go in with a little touch of powder on my beauty blender, just in the areas that I'm definitely going to get oily. So around my mouth and my forehead. And I just kind of apply the powder and then blend it until it's gone. So you guys, that is the finished look. I hope you really liked it. If you have a look, I'll pop a picture here of the look that I'm kind of recreating. And I just think now, I loved that look so much at the time, I actually remember doing it. But I think now, with the kind of warmer tones in my skin and the warmer lipstick, I personally, I like it like this. I am having so much fun doing makeup like I used to do it. I think I went through a little phase there where it was a lot more kind of natural because it's how I was feeling, but I am feeling like I want to be a glam honey again. I'm going to pop all the details about the Cult Beauty discount down below. Like I said, all these products are in the discount as well. One more thing I want to mention is Cult Beauty actually have a really fun quiz on their site. It is called the Big Cult Quiz. I just did it. I did quite good. I got 16 out of 20. And there are prizes, so you're guaranteed a prize. If you take part in the quiz and you spin the wheel at the end, you're guaranteed a prize. And I got 10% off. So all you have to do is go, I'll pop a link for the quiz down below as well, and it's super fun. Go and take the quiz. There are some questions that you might know the answer to that you wouldn't think so just because you watch my videos and we kind of chat about it a little bit. So go and take the quiz and let me know what prize you get. Huge thank you to Cult Beauty for sponsoring this video. It was super fun. I love doing makeup like this and it's so fun to work with one of my favourite brands. Thank you so much to you guys for watching as always. I'll link everything down below that I used and I will see you in the next video. Bye! And I can't click because I don't have long nails anymore because I needed a break and I'm so enjoying putting my eye cream on with no nails, let me tell you. So let me just do this. I hope that tides you over. At the moment I'm on a bit of a throwback. I've got something in my eye. Okay, there she is. For skin, I'm going to be using the Becca Backlight Priming Filter. What? Is that right? Oh, a great palette because, ow, fuck, I just got myself in the face. The pigment is so strong. The pigment is strong with this one. Now I'm going to add, I just got a bit of concealer somewhere, yep, on my jeans. Okay, and while we're up close and personal, you and I keep on dropping things.